10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, Dire team.
Disruptor.
Necrophos.
Hello, hello. How's the dignity feel, dude?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
No. Internet persona dignity is relevant, right? I'm not selling out.
Radiant
You're selling
team
out.
ban.
Bad Rider.
Hmm?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Basically, Warriors got off to a decent start, and then Tinker came online, Neon started playing really well, got the better end of every trade, then kind of all unraveled when Tinker died once or twice after not spending any money, and not having an item for about 10, 12 minutes, because he kept saving for buyback. And then Warriors snowballed that, won the game. Second game, basically they got cheesed. You know, lots of push heroes. Warriors, like, they didn't do anything. You know, they had times when they were strong. They didn't move their heroes. Like, the heroes weren't well leveled enough either. Like, they just didn't
Dire team
play the
ban.
early game well enough to deal with the cheese, and then they got rolled over.
Radiant team
This
ban.
game, though, is going to look a lot different to the previous two, I think, just based on what heroes we see.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm not really too sure why they banned the Visage, but it is a very annoying support to play against, and Disruptor has a very hard time doing his stuff when there's birds running at him. And if it is a core Visage, then it kind of does really well against Necro as well.
Radiant team pick.
So the more you think about it, the more it makes sense, actually. But I imagine this game they'll look to have ways of 5-manning. You don't want to split up too much against a IO and a bat, but you also need a way to push out
10
waves.
seconds remaining.
So maybe they look at like a
Dire
Clockwork
team
or some global hero. Right, Bounty's more aggressive, more instead of letting the game get to a point where you know, it's them getting picked off, he's just going to try and snowball the items, have a very good laning stage, because, you know,
10
Io's not
seconds
very good in
remaining.
lanes in the first 2-3 minutes of the game.
5 seconds remaining.
Dusk.
Dire team
There's a good
pick.
reason we don't see Bounty, though, anymore. This hero enables him a lot, though, so I like this pick. And it's a hero that pushes out lanes while still being very good at 5-manning. You know, you can...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You know, Tusk and Io are not heroes that want to go in that lane at all. They want to be doing other things.
Radiant team ban.
Life Stealer.
They just leave Lifesteal at bottom. That's why they picked the hero. They have a lot of synergy as well, though.
10
So,
seconds remaining.
like, if you're looking at heroes that can stay against a Darkseer and
5
a hero that
seconds
can potentially
remaining.
harass you, AM kind of goes out the picture because of the bounty and the Necro and the Disruptor. But Lifesteal is very good against all of these heroes. You might need a Diffusal Blade at some point to feel like you're good against Necro, but maybe someone else gets it. We'll see. But he's very good at dealing with the Iron Shell. And potential bounty pressure. Like, there's ranged heroes that can deal with Darkseer, and then they just get crapped on when bounty actually comes to their lane. So this is a very, very safe pick. I like the idea. You know, it's game 3. You don't want to go too greedy.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Well, here's a chance for them to impress you, I guess. Quite old school kind of lineup.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Anti-mage.
You may now select your heroes.
Is it really an AM game? Bat is quite a greedy
10
offlaner.
seconds
Like, he needs a
remaining.
certain level of farm, but he's also a very aggressive offlaner, which
5
I imagine
seconds
this game we'll
remaining.
see. So, against an AM, you kind of have a free lane till the bounty comes up. I mean, Yaha is playing it, so maybe it's a mid AM, maybe it's just player preference on the heroes. I'm not sure, I don't know the team, so. It's not as bad as you might think, but the real problem is having the Necro against the Bat. Like, Necro against Bat is dire. Like, you just die again and again and again if the bounty isn't there once Bat gets level 2. So you really need, like, to avoid that matchup. And if they want to send the AM mid, then they can do that, but they aren't, so. It was just that, you know, the guy played mid twice, and I've got no idea on the teams, so thought I'd throw the idea out there. No TPs this game, though. Everyone's walking. I don't know. It's probably just comfort. Maybe they've scrimmed a few times and they realize that one player is just better at anti-mage. Or maybe one guy hates Necrophus. Doesn't want to play it, you know, maybe he has some dignity. Kappa. Kappa. I thought you would be. I mean, I just think that Darkseer and Bounty are going to cause a lot of problems. And Tiny is not good at killing AM when he gets his spell shield levels, so they're going to rely on the Bat and Lifestealer to do that. Yeah, they can do that. This hero CS is really easily under tower. You see how much regen he bought at the start. So he knows what situation his team's putting him in. And that's why they picked this hero. They needed a hero that can sustain in the lane on his own and not have to worry. Yeah, there's no selves. I mean, he's just fucked up. He kept trying to toss and he took like 2 tower hits, and then Necro just right clicked him I don't know, like 12 times at this point. And, you know, they're dedicating 3 heroes here and they're sapping XP and they're not, you know, getting their levels. Feels bad. You know, I'm not really sure what this hero is meant to do right now. Yeah, they definitely wanted the Necro, but in the end they took what they can get, which I think is fine. They could have done that a bit sooner if the Tusk wasn't sapping experience as well.
Invisibility.
That's good play. You know, the last thing you want to do is give any IO combo rune control.
Radiant are scanning.
No, he's gonna need kills to happen, but at the moment, like, the first 2 levels were pretty Necro favored. Like, he was able to manipulate the creeps and he's getting CS, and now he's got his boots so he can play the range game a bit more. And you know, the Ion needs to find a rune as well. Yeah, and unless the Tusk is there, I think it's not gonna happen that they kill the Necro. Maybe when Tiny gets 5, maybe. We'll see. Maybe the hasted Batrider?
Pox upon you.
Yeah, it's good to see the bat move when he's got the chance. Very lucky rune, but he's not doing anything bottom, so makes a play.
Dire are scanning.
Solo shining. And Nando's getting tossed. Yeah, it's getting though. Imagine he actually buys wand. I thought he might get some raindrops. I think the main thing is the Tusk is able to, you know, participate in these kills. The bounties, like, this hero hasn't done anything yet, you know?
Better than a stiff drink.
Like, he kind of needs to go top to get an Iron Shell to then go mid. And he hasn't done that once yet. He's just kind of moving around the map in a way that he doesn't know. He's maxed his Q, he keeps spamming his E, has no mana regen. Like, you know, 4th position players, they win games with their early performances. These two are just, they're kind of there. I know it sounds really mean, but they just don't feel like they're doing that much. Right now, at least. But, it's easy to do things later. The early game is the hardest thing.
Pustules burst.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on him. And again, look where the bounty is. Yeah, like, if this doesn't get scouted and they're able to do that against a hero that's meant to be on the map and scouting these things out, then, like, they're gonna feel like they can make any play. And then when it works, they're gonna be like, okay, we can just keep doing this. And that's not good for Neon at all. Like, the Disruptor still has no boots. He's buying every ward. The bounty has been involved in nothing yet. Okay, they get a D ward, which is nice, but that's the extent of his game impact so far. Like, he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, if he's bottom now, this bat is maybe dead. Maybe. If he's top, he has an Iron Shell, and he can then, like, go and do something. Okay, first time he gets Iron Shell now. Let's see what he does. It is a bit hard though, because like the lane gets pushed top every time, so zoning a lifestealer under the tower is not easy. Whereas if you let the Darkseer get level 3 and then you go mid with a level 2 Iron Shell. Yeah, see, this should have been happening. Yeah, now he's dead. I mean, I don't know, but that's not the play.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
You might be able to get away with not going Blink this game, just because you have a form of initiation through the Bat and the Tusk and the Relocate, which is going to be online at 10 minutes at the very, very latest. Chances are before. And then, yeah, so... This is why you don't see bounty anymore. Like, I might be criticizing the player, but the hero is really weak when it comes to a lot of these things. Like, he can't man-fight most of the other 4 positions. If he's trading hits, he's generally losing. He needs kill potential, and the only hero that helps him with that is the Darkseer. And they've met up to do that once.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower
yeah, raindrops, man. Good item.
Appreciate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Raindrops. I'm not sure why they let him run away.
Is under attack.
They obviously didn't see he had raindrops. But, yeah. Am I allowed to be tilted? Yeah, I like the fact he went Midas this game. I think he knows wherever he moves right now, like if he had an armlet, he could still pretty much contribute the same amount, and the Midas is just going to show him up to have a more smooth progression throughout the game. Because they can basically plant two heroes on two different lanes and push them out, and then they have these heroes that will catch anyone that shows. So Lifestealer might be inside someone for, you know, the full infestation before the cooldown comes back up at one point, if they really want to kill, and Midas will just help. Okay, Disruptor's got his level, so maybe they can make a play here. No vacuum, I'll relocate.
Structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Was there a bounty on me?
That's a track kill, that's worth. Yeah, if you're the bounty, you take that trade, but I don't know, man. Like, this game's painful to watch. Like, the Darkseid sat here for like 1 second when the relocate's going on. He doesn't vacuum, and then they get a kill bottom, and then when they come back, they don't kill any of the cores because they don't have any damage yet. And yeah, they nearly have mech on Darkseid. They have Veil on Necro, so their damage output's gonna be a bit better. But is it gonna be enough? Probably not, so this is kind of anti-mage gaming now. He doesn't have treads, he nearly has a 15-minute Battle Fury. Kind of average, nothing special. And he's gonna have a hard game. Like, you can't man-fight Lifestealer. Man-fighting Tiny is annoying as hell because of Craggy. And then you've got to worry about getting caught constantly.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't think it becomes hell until he gets treads plus Manta. Just the Battle Fury is like, you know, it makes him farm faster, but if he's showing on lanes, you can still kill him.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's really big. That's Ags for Tiny. 15-minute Ags treads, you know, that's pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's never nice to have your courier dead. It means they could kill this ancient stack, which would be very nice.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it's going to make the relocate even more dangerous. It's going to come at about the same time. Tiny gets his Ags. Probably a bit before, actually. Got 300 gold. Then the world is their oyster, honestly. Like, the scariest thing about Neon's lineup is back into Static Storm, which Lifestealer doesn't care about because he's raged, unless he pops out into a Static Storm, and then it's a problem. But until that point, it's pretty good. You know, there's no stun for them to worry about, which is something you normally look at for Darkseid. It's why you don't see Bounty, you see Earth Spirit, you see, I don't know, like a support Sven, just something to combo with to have an AoE stun. Because it wins you fights. Like, sure, Invis Iron Shell is nice, but this game they haven't done anything with it, and sure, the heroes are farming pretty well, but they need to be able to contribute in the fight. Depends how many times they catch him. Double smoke.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, they did.
Dire's top tower is under
A
attack.
gift from the tempest of battle.
Track money. And AM hitting creeps meanwhile. And the Tiny's just about to get a Mask of Madness as well, so his farm speed's gonna go up, up, and up. Needs Vicaria. Finally here. No more bounty hunter sniping. You know, he just got 4,000 gold delivered, so he's been playing without that for the past 4 minutes. They took the Tiny out. I think that was a misplay.
You fought with such determination.
And
Dire's top tower is under attack.
yeah, at this point, they've got their stuff, so they can ramp up the pace, and AM's not really going to be able to contribute unless they dive really deep and he can come in and maybe mana void the Batrider or something to get a free kill at the end of the fight, but his fight contribution is going to be minimal. The same thing with Bounty, like he's going to track everyone and throw a shuriken, so he gives you vision and one 300 damage nuke to X amount of heroes. Disruptor, you know, really nice form of control, but it's not that scary if there's no damage. So it's kind of all on the Necro and the Darkseer. Yeah, he just let them track him, but now his team's coming in.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Is worse than the disease.
He's dead again, I think. No.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
They still have reload.
Dire's top barracks.
Oh, he screwed up. He went too early. He lives anyway. The Tiny's alive, dude. Who cares about the... He gives him away!
Oh boy.
Am I watching like some 2K pub or what is this shit, honestly? He was until Disruptor pressed fucking W on him.
I've sundered this cabal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Nice
tower
cooldown.
has fallen.
If he toggles through this, he's a god. Alright, no.
Consider
Can't do it.
myself.
Okay, so if this anti-mage carries his team after all the shit they've done, I'll be super impressed. But
Dire's middle tower
I
is
don't
under
think it's a very easy game for him to carry, especially when Tiny's about to get a silver edge, which just makes him so squishy.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Building wise though, it's not as bad as it looks, you know, the aim took a tier 3, so now he can hit the shrines as well, which is going to give them a bit of money. He's about to hit level 20 as well, which is really big, you know, 10 to all stats, that's an extra 2k gold, effectively. If he misclicks and takes the other talent, then you might as well just type GG.
Illusion.
Oh my god, he did it. You only get this if you're getting a butterfly. Like, right now. It's garbage! It's absolutely garbage!
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
I fall in service. He's on fire.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Radiant's
He is never going to fight them, straight up. He is going to fight them when it's advantageous. So the evasion is irrelevant. He wants the health pool to not get bursted, and he wants the agi for himself and his illusions to hit buildings. And the int is, you know, irrelevant. But he does not need evasion to hit buildings. He needs damage and health to hit buildings and not die, you know? Like if he gets caught by a Batrider. And okay, maybe the evasion helps in that respect, but when you get the 25 agi talent and you get the 10 to all stats, and then you probably got a butterfly or something in there as well, your illusions hit like trucks, and you can take buildings so quickly.
Dire's bottom tower
I mean-
is under attack.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm tilted. I mean, like, if I'm just casting some tier 1 teams, I can be happy, but, you know, these guys, like, they make really entertaining games,
Got it.
but I just look at some of the things and it tilts me. I can't help it, you know, I'm an elitist. I can't help it.
Radiant's top shrine has
He's
fallen.
mine.
It's got nothing to do with EU Dota. Yep.
Invisibility.
You wish, dude. You wish. I don't want to be Batman, man. I don't think they need one, honestly. Yeah, but dude, he's just someone who has a lot of money. Like, Batman is... I'm not gonna go into this, okay? I don't mind criticizing players when I have a reason to, but if I criticize Batman, everyone's just gonna hate me, okay? So, I'll leave it at that, I'll leave it at that.
Dire are scanning.
No, I don't mind. I just think Batman as a quote-unquote hero is overrated. I think it's a cool concept, but, you know, people seem to like it a lot more than I feel like is... I'm not gonna talk about this. I've said enough. Iron Man did it better, okay? I mean, you can't disagree that Iron Man is cooler than Batman for the amount of stuff he does with his money. But it's not like it matters. Oh, they went bottom. Nice reload. Yeah, this is really smart, actually. And then they just... Oh, he didn't take him back mid. He's making space. Dude, but what if he evades one of the hits? Look at this. What if he evades one of them? Yeah, if. What if? Yeah, he should have taken an evasion talent. Stupid bounty hunter player. Oh man. Tiny is, it's really nice to see his hero work out. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, you know. This could be a rapier or a daedalus, instead it's a hyperstone. Feels bad. But they do have mega creeps, so, you know, they can kind of just hands off the keyboard, you know. The guy's saying, don't give up, don't give up. Oh, feels bad, man. No, that's blind hope. Maybe they click to this area 17 times in a row. And the AM can take their throne. Maybe. Why is he glimpsing? Best of luck with that. Well, Tiny has no buyback because he bought an extra hyperstone, but there is a tier 2 in each lane. No, this is the BM pause, you know. They're megaed and they pause. I mean, AM is okay at clearing them, but the rest of the team, it's optimistic. At least it's a short pause.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Ah, why would you get rid of them, dude? Backpack is OP. You know, you just keep these clarities there for after AM hits you a few times with his illusions, and then you pop them in, and then you go back to full mana, and it feels so good. What doesn't feel good is this Necro trying to fight Mega Creeps. He's winning, but... Go on. Go. Let me... Oh, you're supposed to be the nice one. His inability to count to 4 is surprising, yes. Yeah, that's really hard to just press it on the hero they initiate on and then vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Yeah, okay, then he'll miss it, and then he won't glimpse them back to base. But now, he does glimpse them back to base.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
And now he's YOLO. No, that's a glimpse that should have killed him. But the Lifestealer went out too early. This game's a shit show. He should care. Toggles? Apparently so. And yeah, I mean, they've held a few times, so there's no reason not to now, but Warriors just need to, like, stop butting their head against a brick wall and, you know, think about a smart way of doing it instead. You know, maybe take an Aegis when it's up, maybe let the Tiny get a item, so he can buy BKB, and then he doesn't take half his whole life from a Reaper Scythe. And this AM bot of Vlad, so he can push out waves, that does not feel good. It's smart, but it doesn't feel good. I would be tilted by both my support players if I was on that team. If I was this anti-mage, I would be so mad at my entire team. You know those pub shows on Reddit where it's just like, you know, my team's all fucking garbage, blah blah blah. I can't carry these 4K trash, you know, like that's the kind of thing this anti-mage is going through right now. His team's making the game harder than it needs to be. Unfortunate. No, I agree. Yeah, I think I have a high behavior score as well, but you know, I don't know how. No, I think it's like at least 8k, maybe 9. I'm not sure. I really don't know how, actually. I can check it in a second if I remember the console command. I can screenshot it on Twitter if you guys don't believe me. Yeah, hit the 15 evasion's gonna come in right now. Look at this evasion. It's doing absolutely nothing, but he's living anyway. Woohoo. No. Yeah, okay. What about the evasion on the throne? He needs to give his talent to the throne. Yeah, I mean, it's basically Lich, right? Omni Knight as well, you know? I mean, if you play it well, then it's different, but he's had a really hard game. Glimmer him! Glimmer him! Yeah, he has it. No GG's? Alright, that's